wear, how the wear take place. That is explained by tool wear mechanism. It is types of tool wear. If they ask types of tool wear, we have flank wear, crater wear, nose wear. Is one of the portion of the tool, right? That faces the workpiece material. So the wear take place on the flank surface is called flank wear. Crater wear is nothing but the wear taking place on the face of the tool is called crater wear. Face, chip continuously flowing along the face of the tool. So the hard chip underneath of the hard chip is in contact with the face of the tool. So because of that, the chip is at high temperature, and that temperature is transferred into tool because of the conduction. Okay, so at high temperature, diffusion will take place from tool material. The atoms will jump into the chip, lower concentration chip material. So that is taking place by crater. Crater wear is nothing but the wear taking place on the tool face. So due to that, some portion of the face material will loses. Any form of this wear change the geometry of the tool. As you know, geometry of the tool changes means the angles will change. The cutting edge will no longer is able to cut the metal. You have to go for creating a new geometry. You have to go for regrinding or resharpening of the tool. Nose wear is nothing but the small radius provided at the cutting edge. If cutting edge, the edge wear taking place on that particular point is called nose wear. Okay, we discuss one by one. See, geometry of tool wear. The dotted line is there. Dotted line is nothing but the original geometry of the tool. Okay, because of the crater wear, see the dotted line. Below the dotted line also chip is sliding. So that is wear is taking place because that see concave surface is formed on the tool face. Okay, that type of wear is called as crater wear along the face of the tool. Flank wear, you see along the clearance face, bottom of the tool. See flank wear, the dotted line indicates the original geometry of the tool. Okay, so the dark line and dotted line indicates the gap between the dot line and dark line is wear out of the tool. See, the original geometry is having triangular shape. After the wear out of the tool, it is the shape is changed. The geometry of the tool is changed. Even the cutting edge, there is no cutting edge at all. Okay, it will become flat. If that happens, further machining is not possible. So the edge has to be sharp in order to remove the material from the work. Okay. Flank wear. So why the flank wear take place? When you are machining a hard material, so flank wear take place due to abrasive wear. Okay, abrasion between the clearance face and the finished surface. So you will provide a clearance angle, right, for the tool, so that the surface finish has to come good. Okay, when there is a abrasion between the clearance flank face and the machine surface, so due to abrasion, the wear take place on the flank face of the tool. This kind of wear is called flank wear. So when this happen means we all discuss about types of chip. So in that we discuss about continuous chip with built-up edge. Okay, when you are machining a strong material or alloy material, the built-up edge is formed. Okay, that built-up edge is not as smooth as the continuous chip. When the clearance face of the tool is rubbed against that built-up edge, that is adhered to the finished surface, a portion of the built-up edge is carried away by portion of the built-up edge is left in the machine surface. So when the flank face is rubbed against the machine surface, the presence of built-up edge in the machine surface due to the abrasion or due to friction between the clearance face and the broken part of built-up edge, the wear out taking place on the flank face. The abrasive wear is the reason for flank wear. So whereas it is expressed in terms of wear land. Okay, wear land. So based on the width of the wear land, based on of the wear land, we decide how long the tool can be machined. If that critical value reaches, so in the bracket is given VB, the value of the wear land, so is greater than 0.5 to 0.6 mm means that is critical value. After that critical value, you have to go for regrinding of the tool. So further, if you continue, there will be chances of tool failure. Okay. So when the flank face of the tools slides over the surface of the workpiece, means finished surface of the workpiece, due to friction, this flank wear will take place. Due to friction or abrasion between the flank surface, finished surface and flank surface or clearance surface, adhesion between the workpiece and tool built-up edge. So it is also due to tool and built-up edge, clearance face of the tool and built-up edge. When the built-up edge rub against the clearance face of the tool, so friction, due to friction, some material will lose in the flank surface. Due to that, the flank face loses its material due to friction. It start with C means cutting edge. Okay, flank wear start with cutting edge and start widening along the clearance face. Flank wear start with cutting edge. Cutting edge is nothing but the where face of the tool and flank will meet. The sharp edge is there, that is cutting edge. They start from cutting edge and widening along the clearance face or flank face. Okay. As I told you that when the width of the wear line reaches the critical value, you have to go for the other tool. Okay. So this flank wear is independent of cutting condition and tool work face material. Brittle, due to presence of brittle and discontinuous chip. When you are machining on a brittle material, there is a chances of flank wear. And also, if you increase the cutting speed, also when the cutting speed increases, the more friction will be developed on the flank surface. Flank wear will take place. Okay, you see the material erode along the tool face. At the top surface, erosion on the top surface or face of the tool is called crater wear. In the nose also, the material is weared out, as well as the flank surface. Along the side also, tool will wear out. At the top surface, the wear out of the tool at the top surface is called crater wear. In the side is called flank wear, and in between that, at the nose of the tool is called nose wear. Okay. The graph shows how long you can sustain this wear, okay, during machining. Okay, so see here, so in the y-axis it is given width of the wear line. As I told you, if it is reaches 5 to 6 mm width, then it will enter into critical region and cutting time. Okay, so at the primary stage, it is divided into primary stage, secondary stage, and tertiary stage. In primary stage, the rate of wear will be more. Okay, you can see slope is high in the primary stage. In secondary stage, it is uniform. In tertiary stage, again it will become higher rate of slope. You can use the tool material till the secondary stage. Before it enter into the tertiary stage, you have to replace the tool. So even if you are working on the tertiary stage, that means tertiary stage means you can see y-axis. Width of the flank wear is more. When the tool enter into the tertiary stage means the width of the flank wear is more. That means more portion of the tool is weared out. When you enter into the tertiary, sudden breakage will take place. Okay. So wear land, you see at the top they also give an hatchet portion, right? Up to 0.5 mm, 0.6 mm flatness it is acceptable. Once it enters into the tertiary stage, you have to replace with a new tool. Okay. Yeah, I will show one more graph, same graph in a bigger picture after this crater wear. So crater wear is what we are taking place the face of we are taking place on the face of the tool is crater wear. So because of the crater wear, concave section on the tool face is formed, right? You see in the diagram, the concave surface will form. So crater wear take place due to sliding cutting chip. Once the chip is produced, it will flow along the face of the tool. So the chip is hot, chip is at high temperature because of the plastic deformation. So chip will be subjected to high temperature. When the high temperature chip is flowing along the face of the tool, okay, the diffusion we are taking place, especially while machining a ductile material with high speed. This type of wear will take place. Okay, crater wear affect the face of the tool. Flank wear affect the clearance face of the tool. Both wears are dangerous only on the tool face. As the depth of the concave surface increases, what happen? Tool will become weaker. So further, if you try to machine, okay, so with more compressive force, there is a chances of a sudden breakage of the tool. Okay, that is dangerous. That's why. So you have to see what is the width of, what is the thickness of the concave surface, how much it is digged into the tool material, or in case of wear, flank wear, how much the cutting edge will be flattened. From the sharp cutting edge, it will become flat. If it is flat more than 0.5 to 0.6 mm, it will enter into the tertiary region. That will create problem. It will develop more temperature, more friction, more noises, and also it will harm the surface finish of the material also. You can see some of the picture of the crater wear. So crater wear take place due to direct contact of the tool and workpiece. Workpiece is nothing but here the chip coming out of the workpiece. Chip is also a part of the workpiece. The chip coming out of the workpiece due to contact diffusion where it takes place, it forms a cavity on the tool face. So while you are machining a ductile material, continuous chip will be generated. This continuous chip will leads to crater wear. Okay, initiate rapid rupture near to the nose. Okay, it initiate rapid rupture near to the nose. Adverse effect of this crater wear is weakening of the tools, increase the cutting temperature, cutting force and friction will be more. Okay. If you see the isometric view of the single flank wear occurs on the side of the cutting edge as a result of friction between the side of the cutting tool edge and metal being machined. The second one is nose wear as a result of friction between nose and metal being machined. Third one is crater wear occurs as a result of chip sliding along the chip tool interface, result of built up edge on the cutting tool. So position of the tool. Okay, initially they are sharp cutting tool, right? Are you able to see that? Initially, at the beginning of machining, the cutting edge is sharp. Okay, as you continue to machine, at the later end position of the tool, the sharp edge will become flat, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The dotted line and the dark line indicates that wear out of the tool material between that region. Okay, so what happen if the wear take place during machining? What happen? Instead of getting, so your desired dimension is, so you see at the top of the diagram, so the curved line indicate actual part to get a diameter between the dotted line, that is the desired diameter you have to achieve. Because of the continuous wear of the flank wear of the tool, instead of getting that diameter, you will get a taper section. Side at the bottom, in the left side, they given dimension error caused by the tool corner. The effect of tool wear. Okay, some general effect of the tool wear include it increase the cutting force. Okay, so because of the tool wear, the geometry of the tool will change. Once the geometry of the tool will change, it increases the cutting force. As you know, what is the angle that will contribute to cutting force? You know, rake angle will be for tool life and type of chip formation. Clearance angle for machine surface. Cutting edge angle for cutting force and temperature. Okay, cutting force and temperature will depends on cutting edge angle.
Chano.
So because of the wear of the tool, geometry will changes means it also changes the cutting edge angle. As the cutting edge angle changes, the temperature, more temperature will be developed and also more cutting force will be developed. It increase the cutting forces, it increase the temperature, it reduce this our poor surface finish. Okay, we will get a rough surface finish due to tool wear. Decrease accuracy of the finished part. You see, as you see in the previous diagram, dimension error is there in your geometry of the workpiece being machined. So it decrease the accuracy of the finished part also, and may also lead to the tool breakage. As you see, so it weakens the tool. Ultimately, tool will break due to because of it is not able to absorb the cutting forces, causes changes in tool geometry. These are the effect of tool wear. So you can control the wear. This diagram, you see, the tool wear depends on tool material, work material, then cutting temperature, use of cutting fluid, cutting condition, whether you are doing continuous operation or discontinuous operation, cutting tool geometry, and also contact stresses. Okay, these are some of the factors that influence on the tool wear. In order to reduce the tool wear, the rate of tool wear strongly depends on cutting temperature. Therefore, any measure which could apply to reduce the cutting temperature will reduce the tool wear. Like fluid is the major factor, so that is the wear. Okay, will reduce the friction, and use of coolant will reduce temperature. So coolant and lubricant is not separate. It is there. Both lubricating property and cooling property there in the cutting fluid. Okay. So these property present in the cutting fluid will reduce the temperature developed and also wear of the tool. Okay. Additional measure to reduce the tool wear include the application of advanced cutting tool. In order to protect the tool wear, what you will do, you use the coated tools. Okay, carbide is hard tool, so because of the hard nature of the carbide, the chances of wear will be there. So if you use a protective coating of cutting fluid, that will lubricating property and cooling property of the cutting fluid will reduce the temperature and friction between the tool and workpiece, and also use of coated tools will reduce the tool wear. Okay, these are the remedy for tool wear.